Everyone, a warm welcome to each of one of us, and thank you for joining us for Master Salesforce Data 360. It's wonderful to see you, many Salesforce enthusiastic learners and professionals with us. Today's session is all about exploring how leading organizations transform scattered customer data into a unified customer view as Salesforce Customer 360 and Data 360. One of the most exciting and rapidly growing areas in the Salesforce ecosystem. So I am Rakesh Bhumani, team lead for Salesforce department at SmartBridge, and will be your host for today's session. As a Salesforce talent accelerator, I work closely with Salesforce platform to ensure it runs efficiently and effectively, enabling scaling and customer success team while supporting overall business operations. I am excited to be your host today, and I am confident you will walk away with practical insights that you can apply in your own Salesforce journey. Before we begin, I would like to request everyone to say and stay engaged throughout the session. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. Our team is actively looking at your questions and giving an answer for you. All the questions you have been posted over there, and we will address each and every questions till this end of the session. Let me give a small brief about SmartBridge. SmartBridge is founded in 2015, is an AI first skilled ecosystem and talent accelerator dedicated to build a future ready workforce by connecting academia, industry, and policymakers. Through industry lead learning, virtual internships, global certifications, and hands on expectations program, SmartBridge empowers learners with practical skills in emerging technologies such as generative AI and machine learning, Salesforce, cybersecurity, cloud computing, ServiceNow, IoT, robotics, Pega, and many such. Our mission is to bridge the gap between education and industry by creating structured career paths that prepares learners to the job tomorrow. Now, without any delay, let me introduce the today's speaker, Mr. Yogesh. We delight you to welcome Mr. Yogesh on behalf of SmartBridge. Mr. Yogesh is a Salesforce consultant and a data cloud specialist. That's made us to make Yogesh speaker for this today's session particularly. Yogesh, being around 5+ years of experience in Salesforce ecosystem, with expertise in Sales Cloud, Customer 360, and customer data modeling and enterprise Salesforce implementations. In today's session, we will help you to understand the fundamentals of Customer 360 data model, explore how Salesforce Data Cloud works, enable organization to create unified customer profiles, and sharing practical insights along with the real world enterprise use cases. I'm sure you're gonna to be fine session, both insightful as well as valuable. Without any further delay, I would like to invite Mr. Yogesh to take over the session. Over to you,
Thank
Yogesh. It's all your place now.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I just want only one thing from all of you guys, those who joined this session. Just be interactive. If you do have any kind of a questions from your side, anything like that, you just need to ask it from your side. Okay. So just be interactive. If you can turn your camera, that would be a great. If you are not in that situation, just turn on your camera. It's fine. But you just need to be asked the question if you feel any kind of issues. Let me share my screen and we'll proceed accordingly. And that's how.
Yep, there you go.
Okay. Okay. So are you able to see the screen, guys?
Yes, Yogesh, you are on the screen. Your screen is visible.
Okay. Fine. So how many of you, like, you are working in a Salesforce ecosystem? We all know that we do have so many clouds in the Salesforce ecosystem, right? So we are here with a new cloud that is a data cloud that is almost for 2 or 3 years that in the ecosystem. So anyone is having any idea that why we do have a data cloud? We already having so many clouds in the ecosystem. So why Salesforce introduced a data cloud? If anyone is having any kind of a things in their mind, please mention in the chat so that I can understand it, that whatever the people say here, so that how are they are having understanding of that topic. So if they do have any kind of insist about that thing, they can share it in the chat box. So according to you guys, that why we do have that data cloud is here, and why that the Salesforce is introduced it. If any, I'm giving you a 1 minute. If you can just share it in the chat, that would be a great. Okay. Data privacy within a system. That's great. Anything else? To store a data globally. Okay. Great. Anything else? We do have a strength of almost a 110, and I have received only 5 messages till now. Please. Okay. Centralized storage. That's great. Great. Anyone? Security. Okay. It's fine. So we'll start it from the basic itself so that you will get an understanding that why data cloud is there. Okay. And why we need that thing. Okay. So we need to understand in a layman term. So as we all know that we do have a sales cloud, service cloud, and we do have a so many clouds are there. But if we are able to see it that whatever the data which we do have in the sales cloud, that is we are able to say inside only a sales itself. Let's suppose if a person who buy a bike from the Honda showroom, right? So if the company from the Honda showroom, that whatever the things they are selling it, they sold it. So whatever the sales data they are storing in the sales cloud, right? But definitely if a person who is just using that bike after some time, that they are creating any that the bike is having any kind of issue, right? So if that the bike is having any kind of issues, they definitely need to be go with the service center. So whatever the data which is having any kind of a services and all, they are storing in the service cloud, right? Definitely with the same as term as the marketing cloud, and we do have a different cloud, health clouds, and all these things like that. So, but if we want to understand it, that whatever the customer which we are having, that our customer is able to access at what time that the service is taking from the sales service and all, so we can just check it out in a single click that the customer is able to see it, whatever the data which they are having or whatever the thing which they are just doing in their own. So what kind of the things they are doing, right? So with the help of the data cloud, we are centralizing all the data in a one click. You are able to see it, whatever the things they are doing, and whether they are performing any kind of service marketing and all. They can easily check it over there and that, and they can just easily see it over this that thing. So with the help of the data cloud, whatever the data, we can just see it in that thing, and we can easily check it out whatever the issues which we do having in that. So that's how. Okay. So let's move on to the this. So what we are going to cover today. So first we are going with the theory part, whatever the basic which we do have, and whatever the architectures and the data cloud. And after we do have a case study of that one. And any person is having any kind of questions related to any kind of a topics which they are having, they can easily ask, and they also can comment in the chat box. So this is how. So as I mentioned, let's take an example like why I mentioned as that. So let's suppose if any kind of a customer who's having a data with the Salesforce CRM and the same data which we do have in the website, right? And sometimes we also are using some same data of that another application of the mobile app, and some of the things which we are having emails and all. So in that way, that the same user is using so many things like that. So if a person who want to check it each and everything, so mostly that the thing which we need to go with the individually, right? That the website, mobile app, and whatever the things in the email. So we are not able to understand it that the single user is what are the things they are doing it, and from their end. So just to regulating it, just to centralize it, we do have that the data cloud. Okay, so that's how. Like if I can say that we do have so many things like apart from that the sales cloud, we can relate with the normal things. And let's suppose if we do have a four member in our family, right? So there is a one person who's having a name as a Pradeep. So if a Pradeep is known to each and everyone, but few of them knows something about Pradeep, but they don't know each and everything like fully about that thing. But if they can sit it together and talk to each other, so if a one person, those who don't know anything about that one, they can easily understand those things. So that's how the data cloud is doing. Whatever they're just centralizing the data with the help of that data, you can just understand the thing, whatever the users want. They want the service, whatever thing they are. Sometimes you also able to see it that we are receiving some kind of a marketing emails from their end, right? Sometimes we have take the service from their outlet or anything like that, from any kind of a showroom and all. But after that, we are also receiving unnecessary mails from them because they are not aware about that the user. They get the service already from us, but still they are receiving it. So this is due to because they don't have an idea about that thing, that what exactly they are doing in the system and all, whatever things they are having like that. Okay, so that's how. And we can just check it out that like in the that in Salesforce CRM that the support team has that name, and we do have so many things like phone number and records we do have, right? So if we need to be just check it out that some website is having a phone number F name, right? Sometimes we do have that kind of a name, and we do have some different kind of a names which we do have in that. So if we want to just to set it in that in the data, whatever the data which we do have, so we just need to migrate that data inside the data cloud. So we do have a different processes of that. So let's talk about this slide about only. So in CRM, that the support team has his name and phone number and record of one support ticket. He raised last year about a delayed delivery, right? And in the website, if we are just talking about the e-commerce analyst store data and whatever the website we do have, the headphone and whatever the product which we do have in that. And if you're just talking about a mobile app, that we do have a products in mobile app, we are mostly that they're using a Flipkarts and whatever the things which we do have. Flipkart is having applications as well, and also we do have a website as well, right? So that in that we need to track it. So in that the user is searching something that we get interested about any kind of a, they are just adding in the wish list and all. So they just adding in that. And after that, we do have some also receiving that email marketing tools, email from the Flipkart that this person that we do have a that kind of a discount and all, and this kind of a message from we are getting from the Flipkart itself sometimes, right? So now here is the case that these pro system has absolutely no idea other three exist, right? So we do have a like these systems are there, they are related with them, but they don't have any idea what other thing is going on in that, right? So the CRM agent doesn't know the like whatever the email and whatever the thing is which is going on. So that the let me give you a like a parallel example. So these lens that like think of a bank, like we do have a bank, right? Your relationship manager doesn't know you have called customer care 5 times, okay, about a failed transaction because that logged in a separate call center. That's what we do have, right? Think of a telecom company and you get a SMS pushing that the data plan upgrade right after you claim to complain about network issues. That's we almost get some kind of issues from the network itself. We are complaining it. So we are just doing it because the marketing system that the complaint system never talk to each other, right? So that's how we do have. So because of these system don't talk, he received a generic and one size fitted all discounts emails. So they are not interrelated. They are not having idea what are the thing is going on. Whatever the issues which we are having with that user, they are raising the issues and with whatever the issues they are facing. So that's how they are facing the issues. For just to solve it, we do have a data cloud, right? So that's how we do have a data cloud comes in a picture. So we just need to solve it. And that's the thing which that the user is facing frequently, and that the companies is already frequently just centralize the data to understand the behavior of the customer, what exactly they are doing, right? So just to fix it, that's what we do have. So like in a formal that the data cloud is a customer data platform. That's what the thing which we do have. That unify data from every source, CRM, website, mobile, and whatever the third party application which we do have in there, into a single time customer profile. And here's the liner I wanted you want to remember. Different system, each know are different pieces. Data cloud link all these pieces to a one table and build one complete pictures. So that's what I just told it to you, that whatever the another data, whatever the data which we have segregated from the different parts, so that get separated and then and they understand it, whatever the unique parts in that. On the basis of that one, we are able to understand the behavior of the data, and we can just optimize it. And on the basis of that, we can do it whatever thing which we do have. We can do it with the help of that data. So let's break into the four things worth remembering with an example. Let's suppose like like matching record into a unified profile. So we do have example, like let's suppose if we do have any kind of a Rahul Kumar at gmail.com, and we do have a number in the app and whatever the IDs we do have, and so many things are. And in another time, real time processing, not short reports. Traditional system after refresh overnight, you have been yesterday data today. Data should update the profile the moment new data stream in it. So the things which we do have, whatever the reports which we do have in that is running, and so many things which is going on. So if Rahul search for shoes right now, that shows up in his profile within moment or not tomorrow morning. That's what. Zero copy access. Instead of always copying data into Salesforce, data cloud can query data directly where it already lives, like a data warehouse such as a Snake Lake or a Databricks, avoiding unnecessary duplicacy. That's what we do have with the facility in that. And that the Einstein and Agent 4 that we already only that the Salesforce is already advertising, and also we all are using in our projects as well. So AI is also only that the AI is only as good as the data behind it. If AI agent is trying to recommend a product to some another user, any kind of a user which we do have, but only sees him CRM record, not his browsing behavior. That if a user just buying anything from the Flipkart or any kind of stores in that, so with the help of the data, we can understand the behavior of the customer, that what exactly we do have, what are that the user is able to trying to buy it out. Sometimes use the user to buy it from the website, and sometimes user searching something from the app itself. So we need to understand what exactly, on the basis of that one, we can just show it on the recommendation and all. Also, we can store the data accordingly, and we understand the behavior of that thing. So in data cloud, we mostly understand the behavior, what exactly the data which is doing, whatever the customer which we do have that they are using in that, what they are doing. Okay, so that's how. So like we do have that CRM versus data cloud if we are just to compare it. So CRM, like data cloud is a part of a CRM, right? So that's what we do have. That the comparison come up the almost every interview that we do have. That mostly interviewer they are just asking about that thing in that. So that's how. But we need to always understand it that the data cloud is a part of a CRM. That is a Salesforce product we do have. We do have so many products are there, and data cloud, that's how we do have that. We need to segregate the data and just need to combine it, and on the basis of that one we need to understand it that how we are using it. Okay, so that is what we do have. And let me go into the different slide. Okay, so what is matters like that we do have a 360 view in that, means with the help of that the data cloud, you can understand it, whatever the thing which is going on in the sales cloud, service cloud, with the help of that one, that if a user is buying something, so we can also track it, what each and every cloud's data, means you can just migrate that thing and just need to connect with it. So you can easily do it, these things in that. That's how. And real time, that you can check it out, what are the things which were that is streaming and that. And the one source, that's what we all understand it. Let me migrate. Okay, fine. And AI ready, that's what the facility we do have in that the data cloud. If we can just explain it in one much more better way, that the six, what is a 360. Let's suppose if we do have a support agent, right, handling some calls that we do have in that. Now his recent purchase, his browsing activity, not just his ticket history. So the conversation feels informed, not robotic. So that's how we do have that. The 360 means that's what we do have in that. And real time, what I'm just trying to say in that way, that let's suppose if we do have a real-time system can trigger a reminders, whatever the thing which is going on in that, so that get triggered on the basis of that one, whatever the system, whatever the user is doing the activities in that. Okay, a best system might send that the reminder a day later when the moment has passed. So that's how. And we do have that the same thing which we have a one source and a AI ready. That's what the things which we do have as well. Okay, so that's how. Uh, Apart from that, we are just talking about that we do have a architect of that one, how the thing is get working. So we do have a data stream that uh, and after that we do have a DLA. So DLA understand for data lake object, and we do have DMO, that is we do have a data model object that comes after that, and we do have a identity resolution. That's what we do have, and after that we do have a calculated insist, that whatever the things which we have to do it, we just need to look at it, and segment that we need to sort it, and after that we do have activation. If we can just talk about the more in detail about all of them. So that's this is like if we're just talking about the data stream, this is where raw material that we are just talking about the data. That's what we do have a data, right? Enters the building, different sources arrive. In a simple term, if we can say that there is a one warehouse in that the data which is coming as a source, that we are different, and so many things which we do have that is coming inside system arrives. One from the CRM, one from the website, means data can come it from anywhere, right? We can install like upload the data inside the system. We just need to from we can take a data from the website. So or any kind of a third party system that we do have, we can take a data from that. So that's how we do have that the data stream. And if we're just talking about a DLO, that is data lake object, the warehouse that we are just warehouse flows, that the material get unloaded, whatever the data stream in this I'm just talking about before. So whatever the data which were that is unloaded and stored exactly as it arrived, means that the whatever data which is in the system, no sorting, no cleaning, nothing standardized yet. It is just sitting there raw. So whatever the data which is coming from our third party system or any website or any kind of a CSV, that's what we are getting through the another system. So that is storing in that, and that is we don't need to do any kind of a changes in that. That is we do have in that. And we do have a DMO, that the data model object, that workers now sort the raw material onto label and sleeves. All phone number goes to together, all emails goes to together, all address, whatever the things which we do have, regardless in which that the data we do have, they come from originally. This create a standard predictory structure. Okay, so this is how. And if we're just talking about identity resolution, so that let's suppose that we do have a that detective work, that the that the sleeps and say this, whatever the phone number that we do have, that the 3, and the email ID that the 7. There's the loyalty ID and whatever the thing which you have. These are all belong to the same person, right? So sometime there is, as I mentioned, that we do have some kind of a uniqueness in any kind of a user. Let's suppose if you are creating any kind of a user in the system, so we do have a uniqueness. Either we do have the email ID or any kind of a username. So that's how we need to identify with that, and we just need to do the things with that. And the calculate instance data, analysts look at that unified customer file and calculate number automatically. Uh, Total lifetime spend days instance, last purchase, average order values. So this is how we do have in that. And we're just talking about the segment that the sorting term, that's what we are just sorting it. Now customer get group based on the criteria. So whatever, like let's suppose if we do have so many kind of a customer we do have. Let's suppose if we do have around 1,000 customers. So definitely there is something which create a uniqueness in all of them, right? So we just need to group above them then, and on the basis of that, we just need to sort them. And at the last, we do have that the activation, that the delivery things which we need to finalize the finalize the sorting list and hand it off the whatever thing which we need to do it with that. And on the basis of that one, we need to be go and network for back into CRM, so real action can be taken. So that's how. And if we just go more into the data stream and data lake object, that's we do have that. If we're just talking about that, as previous thing you mentioned that this time. Okay. So we do have we do have two terms that in the starting of the data cloud, that we do have our data stream and our DLK. So let's talk about first DLK, that in a simple term, if I can say that this is the entry gate and the pipeline that physically bring data into data cloud. So this is the one which through we are getting the data inside the data cloud. Source can include like anything, like whether we are getting through the marketing cloud or any kind of things which we are getting like in a third party or any kind of a API or whatever thing, either we are just storing the data through any kind of a data upload and all. And if we're just talking about more that the pictures truck arriving on a factory, this is kind of example if I'm saying. So one truck from the CRM carrying support ticket from one website and carrying browse and event, one from a third party files and carrying loyalty program. So this is kind of if I'm using a truck, this is what the way we are getting the data through the system, right? So this is what we are how we are getting the data. This is how. And if I'm just talking about more, that the real company might set up on data stream pulling, order history from Salesforce Commerce Cloud, and second data streaming pulling, loyalty point from external CSV upload, both landing in data cloud independently, right? So this is how we do have, and that's what we need to be can understand that what is the data stream. Data stream is just like a pipeline that through the we are getting the data inside that. Okay, so this is kind of an entry gate through the we are getting the data to and DLK, that we do have a data lake object. This is where the raw in data actually land and sits exactly as it arrived, with no cleaning or reformatting applied yet. Means whatever the data which we are having, that nothing kind of a sorting and any kind of a cleansing yet to be done. So that's what we do have. And analog that a warehouse where material has just unloaded, whatever things which were unloaded off the truck, means that the data we are getting through the any kind of a any process that we are unloading in that, and inside the building now, and but nobody has stored and organized it. Means whatever the data which we do have, that we are not just doing any kind of changes with that, we are just unloading it, and whatever the data which we are getting through that, we just need to be keep that as that the same as that we are getting through the which resource which we do have, right? So if I can give you an example, that if a website send over a field called that any kind of a custom email, and the CRM send over the field called email, that's what. Both versions sit in their own DLOs, untouched. The centralized happens in the next stage. So let's say in a different way. Let's suppose if we are having any kind of a data that do have in any kind of a website. So that the field name that we do have any kind of a custom email, and that the same data which we do have in the data cloud, that the field name in that we do have an email. So though both they are storing the same data that they are having in the website as well as in the system in the data cloud, but that the field name which we do have a different. Okay, so that we don't need to touch it anything yet, but still the data they are there, that is the same as that one. So that's how. So so if we do now we do have another that data model object that that here DLO define get map on the standard schema, right? So here we are just mapping it object like individual contact phone and contact phone number, so that no matter where the piece of the data come from, it comes speak and same language. Okay, so as I mentioned that whatever the data which we are getting through the another, that is not yet done. So here we are doing through a data model object that we are here. We need to map that data. So before I mentioned that whatever the data which we do have in the website, right, that we do storing in the same field, that the same data, but the name of those fields which we are having a different. We need to map it and we need to store in the sales term. So that's what we are doing through the data model object that we do have, and sorting warehouse material into a label this, and that's what we do have, that the custom email field and whatever the email field through with the help of that magazine data model object, we need to be mapped it, and that's how we have to do it. Okay, and for example, if I can say a telecom company might have three different systems, each storing phone number, right? Because that phone number and under different field name, after DMO mapping, all three map cleanly. So the thing with which with that we need to understand it, that if having any kind of a field with the having different fields data in a different system, and their storing might be sometimes their same data, but the field name is different, right? So with the help of data model object, we just need to be mapped it, and need to be just stored in a correct way. That's what we need to do it. So that's how we can do it. Okay, so that's how we do have. And if I would say that another one that we do have a identity resolution. This uses match rules and reconciliation rules to recognize that records from different source actually belong to the same person, right? And merge them into a one unified individual profile. Okay, so means if we can say in a more way that a detective who stored the same email address in the CRM record, the website cookies data and the app login, whatever the things which we are logging and all, and that, and declare these three are one person, whatever the things which we are any person like that. So if a person who is using and logging and that, so we do have a that stores cookies and whatever the login, that the timing and that, that's how we do have. And if we're just talking about a real example that match that rules that we do have, that on the exact email address or match on the phone number plus last name, reconciliation rules decide what happen when there is a conflict. For insist most recently updated records wins for something like a mailing address. So that's how we do have in that. And another one, we do have a calculation insist and the segmentation. That calculation insist is just like kind of like these are the SQL like metrics, like computed directly on the top of unified profile, right? So things like customer life values and days since last purchase or average basket size. Okay, as analyst, like we do have any kind of a user type. He spent around if any kind of a person, he spent around 25,000 in the last 6 months, calculated automatically within no manual spreadsheet work. So let's take an example like a subscription business might build a calculated insist for average days between renewal, instantly flagging customer who are overdue and at risk of churning. That's what we do have in that. And the another part that we do have segmentation. That the segmentation is just like the group unified profile into an audience based on the chosen criteria, whatever the criteria we do have. And importantly, the popular size calculates live as you are still building the segmentations, right? That's what we do have. And if we're just talking about an example of that, let's suppose if you do have a marketing team building a segment called high cart or abundant high search browsing intent, and combining any kind of a user abundant jackpot with this repeated shoe searches, whatever the things which user is searching, and that our segmentation single shoe one could never construct. So that's how we do have. And the last part we do have that. Oh, sorry. The last part we do have that activation kind of things which we do have in that. This is kind of a final stage. Okay, and taking off finished segmentation and sending it out to an external platform, marketing cloud and advertising platform, or back into a Salesforce CRM, right? So this real action can actually happen. So that's how. If we're just talking about more about that part, that if just take an example with that, that the high intent abandoned cart segment we just build for a user could be activated straight into a push notification platform, triggering an app notification about running shoes within minutes, not generic email discount days later. So this is how. And if we are just going through some kind of a like we do have a that case study that I have just created for user. So let's suppose like now let's try everything, whatever the thing which we taught right now, and let's share with you all of them. Let's do it in different way. I just need to understand whatever the things which we do have in real time in that. So that let's suppose if you do have any kind of a walkthrough as any kind of a user, right? So now let's tie everything and together I'm walking through uh, X entire journey and stage via stage purely, constantly no like and just like this and just we do have this first that the stage one that we do have a data stream as I mentioned in that in the architecture itself. So three separate feeds start from flowing into a data cloud, one from Salesforce CRM and whatever that his support tickets that we are having, one from a e-commerce website and that his 8,000 order and abandoned card, whatever the thing which we do have, and one from mobile, whatever the thing which we do have. That sometimes user is searching any kind of a thing from the mobiles, like any kind of a search which they have done it. And another stage two is that like kind of a DLO that we do have, and each of these lends its own data lake object and untouched raw CRM fields and raw website event fields and that raw app event fields settings separately. That we do have that DLO in that. In the last, so in the third stage, we do have that DM. That's what I mentioned in that. Now the mapping happened means whatever the data which we have get through the system, so it needs to map it, right? So we don't know that whatever the data which we are getting through the another system, how is that and where in which field need to be that get mapped, right? So we need to map in that the DMO. So and his phone number and whatever the thing which we are getting, either it's a mail ID or any kind of field, need to map it. So that's how we are getting in. And I do another we do have that the identity resolution. This system recognize that the email in the system records that login email on the app and the cookies link email on the website all match and declare these as the same person, a single unified individual profile for that person who's created it, right? So this is what we do have need to identify it that who created it and whatever the data which we have mapped it that we do have a correct or not. So that's how. And we do have a calculate instance. Our instance get computed automatically total order value 8,000 and card abandoned flag is equal to that's what we do have, right? And another part we do have that the segment our market team build our live whatever the live segment that we do have and a customer with an abandoned cart in the last 7 days and repeated search for a related product category. The X user a unified profile matches this criteria and land in the segment. That's all. And this segment size update live as more customer qualify. At the last that we do have that on last stage that we do have activation. The segment get activated, okay, to push notification channel within minutes, and the X user just receive a notification. Still thinking about these running whatever the product which we do have. There is the 10% off just for you. Okay, so the result which we come here from that where the what the X user got a random irrelevant discount emails that ignore every time the company actually knew about them. Now the exact same underlying data just properly connected produce a timely relevant high converting experience that different stage by stage and the entire value proportion of data clause that we do have. That's what. So this is how. And if any person till now that any kind of a question they can ask. Okay, so this is how. Okay, so someone is asked, yes and no in our time. If anyone is having any kind of a doubt, anything related to anything, and I'll be happy to help you. Um, thank you. Okay. So how many of you get understand that why we need a data cloud for just whatever the things I just taught it to you right now? So how many of you, if you can say why, that would be a great in the chat box. That why we need at least a basic understanding. If you get that would be a great for me. So if you can just comment in the chat box, that would be a great. Okay. Yes. Anything else? Only a single person. Okay. Okay. And I have seen it right now around the 104 participant till now that only two of them they just replied. Guys, I just want more replies from all of you because there is a no use of just of this session. Okay. Just use it. Either whatever thing which I just taught it to you right now. This is the knowledge. Okay. Okay. So like, if anyone can say, okay, okay. It's overview 360 and scratch to end. It's overview. Okay. 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 Rashika, we will take your question at the last of it, and I'll try to solve your query. Okay. We are in the middle of the session, so I cannot take it right now. But the course will cover all these topics. Wonderful. Uh, okay, understand we are connecting all this data and all this. Yeah, that's great. Okay, understand we can connect the data one place to understand the customer set. That's great. Okay, to have unified profile so that can track a user from any point of the source and get the right value of the correct customer. That's great. Data cloud means get the external data in the systems in structure format. It's okay. Okay, fine. So Sai Baba, that the data cloud means getting external data into the sales, make it a structured format. It might be that is not the correct definition, I would say. That see, getting a data from the external system, that we are getting a data from the external stuff from so in another source, another so many other sources. Right? But that the data which we are getting, how we are using it, right? So data cloud is just like that. You are getting the data from so many systems. Like either we do have a so many another clouds we do have, or any kind of thing like any data which we do have an external system. So we need to understand it that the data with the help of those. So we need to understand the mindset of the customer and whatever the thing which they are doing with that data. So as I mentioned in the initial phase while starting this webinar. So in that, if a customer is buying something from any kind of a shop, any kind of a reputed shop, so if they are buying it, so definitely if they are facing any kind of issue with that product, right? So if they are having any kind of issue with that product, so they definitely need to give it the service center, right? If, and also the same applies with the company. If a company doing any kind of a marketing with the uh, with any kind of a product, right? So if they are doing any kind of a marketing, so definitely they also need to understand so many things. That's how, with the help of our data, we need to be understand it that whatever the user mindset and all. So we cannot go again and again in the sales cloud, service cloud, and whatever the another cloud we do have to understand the thing, right? We need to understand through in a single way. So that's how we do have a collect all the data inside the data cloud, and that's how we can use it. Predict the customer churn, right? That's great. Yes. Anything else, guys? Okay, maybe silly question. So data cloud act as a central warehouse of the data. Yes, yes, this is correct. This is there. So data could act as a central warehouse. That yes, that is a central warehouse. Through that we can just understand it. What is the behavior and all, and what other thing is going on in that. So this is how with the help of data cloud, right? We do have so many things in the data cloud. Okay, so that's how. Anything else, guys? Please share. And if anyone is having any kind of a doubt, anything, you can just ask me. Okay. So this is how. Anything else, guys? If anyone can share anything, I've received only few of the comments till now. So more quest. What about validation? Okay, so no question. Okay, fine. In training, do we get sandbox? I think I'm on the instance of their own data storage. Okay. Uh, okay. Is sharing among data interfere? Is shared among data. Yes, that's we can do it with the help of that thing only, right? So that's how. If we're just talking about that the limitation of that one, we do have so many things with the related to that part. Okay, so that is not in the sing. We can understand in this session, but that the things which we do have that the limitation of each and everything, right? Whatever the fields which we can create that if we're just talking about any kind of a object or any in an object, how many fields which we can create and any kind of a like as I mentioned that the DMO that we do have a 7,500 kind of a per or that we do have. But it depends on what kind of a license which we do have and all. And in the training, do we get a sandbox? I think if you want to do that any kind of a training, you can use as normal developer org and all. Okay. And you can enable a data cloud in any kind of whatever the ops which we are getting right now. In that you can enable that the data cloud. Okay. As per my understanding, Salesforce is also giving us a try trailer org for trial org for the 30 days. If you can check it out the website of the Salesforce itself, you can easily get it over there. Or both instance has their own data storage. See, if you're just talking about the sales cloud, definitely they're storing their sales cloud, right? And say sales service having their own storage of that data storage. But we need to understand it that the customer which we are having in the sales and service, sometimes they are having both the same kind of customer. Those who purchase it, and we need to understand the behavior it. So we cannot log in again and again in that, and we can check it out. Can you show the dry run how demo understanding purpose? Okay. What is the best practice we should keep in the mind and developer for the data cloud? For data clouds. Okay. So for as a developer, like if you are going in as in a data cloud and all, if you are having a basic understanding of sales and service, so most of the things they are quite kind of a same. Okay, they few of the things which is quite different. Okay, so while if you just start learning data cloud, you will try to understand it. Is it mandatory to have a data lake as a part of a data cloud? Does Salesforce data lake any lake a data product? Okay, okay. Cloud. Okay, there is what is the best practice you can keep in mind for a data cloud? So okay, so this is what if means as in a developer, if you are having any kind of a developer in the Salesforce ecosystem, we do have some limitations as in a limitation in terms of a best practices. I would say, okay, that's what we always need to keep in mind. But that is a different part of it. We'll discuss it at the last of our after this session. Is it mandatory to have a data lake as a part of a data cloud? Does Salesforce do we need to SQL knowledge as in a prerequisite? So see that in Salesforce as I understand SOQL we do have. I think SQL in not we don't have any kind of a SQL in that. As per my understanding, that Salesforce is using SOQL for this extract the data from the backend, right? So if you want to extract the data from the backend, that what you need to use a SOQL and SOSL. So if you are going in a coming in a Salesforce ecosystem, you need to be know about a basic understanding of a sales cloud. That's how you understand about the another cloud as well, because sales cloud is the basic of the Salesforce itself. That's all. Anyone? If anyone is having any kind of a question, please ask. It's almost a 100 strength. Please, I would like to say if any, can you see the question posted? That's one way to learn to. Can we see the question posted that one way? Um, Okay, so you are not able to see the question. That's what is posted. Is that if anybody can check that Lakshmi is saying that they are not able to see the question. I would say I think can you see the question posted?
Yes, I understand, Lakshmi, that questions are only visible to the panel member, not to the all. If you have any questions, you can post, and everything will be live on the YouTube. Later, you can also go through that.
Okay. What is the next thing? What is the next big thing that can be explored in data cloud? Okay, fine, fine. Next big thing. Hmm. So in data cloud, like as per my now, Salesforce is more focused on the agent force. So I think in data cloud we need to be more into a agent force. That's how with the help of agent force you can uh, just understand more thing about the data and all, and that's how you can uh, deal with that, and also you can automate the thing through the agent force and means whatever the things you can do it. So I would suggest agent force is the one which you need to focus in, that the data cloud or that's how, because ultimately in whatever the cloud which we do have, we need to deal with the data only, right? So this is how but this is not for the space for the data cloud. Whatever the thing if you're learning in a server ecosystem, you more need to focus in the agent force. That's how. That's how. Anyone, if any kind of a questions you are having. So if a person who want to understand in that, so that the things you need to be understand that agent like whatever the thing which you do have in a data cloud. So we are segregating what, like we are just whatever the data, whatever the different cloud we do have. So a user don't want to go again and again check the things and all. So just need to check it out whatever the users which we are having. So either they are using what kind of a thing, whether they are doing any kind of a thing in the service cloud, marketing cloud, or whatever the things we do. Is it not about only a sales like clouds in the Salesforce itself? We do have a, if they are extracting the data from the website or any kind of external things like that, or any data which we are migrating through that, that's what also you can do it. So this is how. So that's what. we have a 10 minutes more. You can ask the question, then we can start at something else. Okay. So this is the things which I'll give it to you so that you can ask the question. Any freshers, if any kind of a question you are having, any guys, I'm happy to help you. Okay. So if you do have any kind of a questions, you can just share it here. I'm happy to share, like help you guys. If any kind of a fresher is there, or any newcomers, those who pass out from the college, or even those who are having any kind of a 1 or 2 year of experience, they also consider as a fresher, I think, I would say. So if you do have any kind of a question, you can share it in the chat box. I would be happy to answer all of your questions. Okay. So that's all. So, okay. DMO, you were just trying to say DMO. Okay. So see, so DMO, like that, let's see, DMO data model, is it kind of a that, let's suppose if you're getting any kind of a data, right? So if you're getting a data that throughout another system, let's suppose if you're getting it through the website, right? You are storing, you're getting a data mail ID from that. So whatever the email ID, whatever the fields name which you are using here, you might using a user email. Okay. But in the data cloud, you are using a email. So just need to map it. You just need to be fix that and just map in a different way. Okay. So this is how, in a more deeper, if I can say that, like in normal terms, that the DL like uh, that DMO, that DLO field, they get mapped into a standard schema and object like individual, like we do have a contact point email and a contact point phone, so that no matter where the pieces of data come from, so it now speaks the same language. So this is how. Okay. So that's what. So okay. So no, DLO come for like first one we do have a data stream that we do have a DLO. Then after we do have a DMO. That's how we do have a that uh that's what. Okay. And how are career options in Salesforce and in future, and which certification are we need? So see, in Salesforce, we do have so many career options. It totally depend that in which you are interested. If you are good with the kind of a more having an understanding of coding and all, you can definitely come. If you are not having an understanding, or you don't want, you are interested in a coding part, you can also come inside the Salesforce itself. And talking about a certification, I would say totally depend that in which domain you are just trying to go. Let's suppose if you want to become a sales, sales cloud consultant, and like you just want to go with in a marketing one, or health cloud, or revenue and CPQ, or you just want to be doing a different way, or just need to be go in a front end itself only. So most of the companies, some they are hiring LWC developers. I have seen it. Okay. Most of the companies, they are more focused on the revenue cloud. That CPQ is already stopped by the Salesforce itself. So right now we do have a revenue clouds are there. So it totally depends that what kind of the interest you are having, and what are the things which you feel quite interesting while doing it, right? So this is how. So that's what. Anything else, guys? Anyone? Uh, 5 minutes also there. In data cloud architecture is a kind of a data analysis cycle. Mm, okay, this is how. So that's fine. So see, whatever the architecture which we do have, and it look like an analytical cycle. That's what you are correct, right? So is it kind of the same as that? But this is how it look like the same as the architectural cycle. You are correct. Okay, it kind of the same as that we do have that in analytical cycle is kind of collect the data and store it and process, transfer, and analyze, and we do have a segmentation in it. That's how we do have an analytical cycle state, right? With the same kind of a thing which we do have, that data stream, DLO and DMO, and fair, and then for identity resolution, and then after we do have so many other things like that. So it kind we can say like that, as that the same as that thing we do have as an data analytics cycle. So this is how. Okay. So that's what. Any freshers, I would really help if any kind of a fresher is there. I'm happy to help them. If you do any kind of a question, you can ask them. Ask me if any kind of a questions are there. Okay. So that's how. If anyone is having any question, you can just write in the chat. Okay, that would be a great. so that I can easily answer. Hey, content Salesforce considered candidate with no practical experience. I'm learning the right required skills. Okay, let's take one by one. I was wondering if Salesforce considers candidate with no practical experience. I'm learning the required skills, but haven't worked professionally yet. See, so if see, no one company will take it to you if you don't have any kind of a hands-on experience. Hands-on experience doesn't mean that I'm just talking about the industry itself. I'm talking about that whether you have done any kind of a practical by your own, whether you have just created any kind of a projects or any kind of a thing which is you have done it by your own, which shows that you are more zeal to learn something by your own. Okay, so this is how. If Okay, so I would suggest if you are learning like whatever the required skill then, so but you are not work professionally, so I would suggest that you can just watch in a YouTube itself that you are able to see it so many kind of videos, and that you can practice your that projects, and you will get so many kind of a project. If you are not able to see any kind of a project, you can use a AI. Okay, so we do have so many AI, as we all understand it, that we are using a frequently. Try to take an example from them. And if that also not get work from your side, I would suggest try to buy a Udemy course from your side. I hardly it takes around around 500 rupees to 600. I don't think so. That is much more costly. That's how you can take it. Okay, so that's what you can do it from your side. Uh, it's mandatory to a certification to get into the Salesforce career. See, is it not mandatory to to get the certification? To be frank, if you are having a good skill set, but whenever you are having any kind of a more experience, like if you are having any kind of 2 or 3 year of experience, so companies want, so they also need to show to another whatever the partners they are having, that these are the developers we do have, which they are holding any these kind of a certification. So they are showing their own candidates to another companies, so that they get a few more projects in a better way. So is it kind of a if you have certification, that would be a great. Okay, but knowledge is the one. If you don't have any kind of a knowledge, then there is a no use of that certification. Is it and in a more deeper, if I would say that if you are having a BTech degree but you don't know that how to write a code, or anything like whatever the skill set which you have done in the BTech, if you're not good with that, then there is a no use of that BTech degree, right? So you need to understand the things in the, at least you are, even you are a fresher itself as well, you need to understand the basic as well, right? So that's how. So, okay. So currently full stack developer like the lot, the Salesforce environment, and plan to do developer certification. So which one is good? Like most jobs opening roles. So see, if full stack developers like a lot in Salesforce environment and planning to developer certification. So which one is good? Okay. So see, if you are a full stack developer, so definitely you are handling a front end, back end, means you are kind of handling each and everything, right? So I think you are much more capable to do the things and understand that which one certification is good for for your career. So I think totally depend that in which domain you just want to be go in a Salesforce itself, because Salesforce is so in a Salesforce we do have so many products out there, right? So you need to understand that, and whatever your full stack things, whatever the full stack kind of things which you are doing in your company, if they are using that, that would be a great in which you are just switching in the Salesforce itself. You can just take a certification for that. You can just take a certification for developer JavaScript itself, okay, and the PD1, PD2 kind of a things like that. So that's how these are the certification I would say that you can take it as a full stack developer. Okay, and also just try to understand your skill set on the basis of that when you can take a certification. And certification is not a kind of a mandatory thing, but if you're having any kind of experience like 4+ year of experience or 5, 6+ year of experience, then I think these certifications matters a lot, because you need to show your worth it that these are the certification which I have done it. On the basis of that one, that the company which they that your company, whatever the company that they are having, they can just check it that this person is having this certification. So there's something with that. Okay. Also, there's some another parts of that certification as well. They are showing that certification to the companies. So that's how I think addressing this general question at the last would be more beneficial. Everyone once will be okay. Fine. Okay. Okay, so I think in data cloud we do have a these thing which I just started to you right now. We don't we these are the pillars I would say. We do have so many things in the data cloud. Data cloud is also come up with the agent force itself as well. If we're just talking about the agent force and all, so with the help of agent force we can also do it so many things like that. Okay, so I would say that if you're learning any kind of a cloud and all that you need to be learn it in in that agent force as well. Okay, so that's how. And if this is what so apart from that we do have that let's talk about learning any kind of a real example that in which situation we need to go with the data cloud. And uh, let's suppose we do have a different kind of a companies we are, let's suppose talk about our domains, right? Let's take an example, any kind of a company, which company we can take an example. uh, okay, so let's take an example of Maruti Suzuki. Okay, so Maruti Suzuki is having a, so like that they are selling a car, right? So once they are introduced with any kind of a product, so they are marketing it in the like banners and TVs or any kind of a television itself as well. So they're just marketing it, right? So if any kind of a customer, if they are purchasing anything, so that comes under any kind of a sales, what are the things which they are selling. So definitely if they are just doing a marketing, so definitely they are just marketing so that a person can buy those things from their customer, right? So that's how. So if they are buying it, so definitely if a person who's buying it, so after some time, they definitely get an issue with that product, right? So in that, so we do have so many things like marketing that comes under a marketing cloud, right? And the sale that if they are selling it, that we do have a sales cloud. And if they are just something which is related to the service month, so so this is what the smart base and the time. Okay, so I was saying that in a real scenario, that Maruti Suzuki is having marketing their product, that whatever cars which they are in the market, and the sales and service, that's what they are both are doing in that. Okay, and these are the things. So let's suppose if a person what any kind of a they are own there, so they are storing their own data in the same marketing cloud, sales cloud, and all. So if they just want to understand the things, so they need to check it out each and everything in their own order. So marketing team, they are more reliable in their marketing side, right? And the sales team, they reliable their own side, and service team, they are more reliable to their service department only. So most of the time their department is not interacting with each other. But definitely if a person who's just done buy a car from those like those companies, so they having a data, right? So they need to understand the behavior. They understand that the customer, the car which they have purchased, at what time they have purchased, and what are the duration which we do have till now that will get left, and in which year they are having any kind of issues and all. So we need to centralize all the data in a one click. You can check it out, whatever the user is facing and all. So this is how we do have, and this is what that's how we do have a data cloud and all. I think this is what enough related to the data cloud. We were just talking about so many things about that. We do have so many things in that. If we can go deeper with the demo part and all, so we can understand it. So that's how, and that's all from my side. This is what I do have from my side. That's what I can say. Uh, if any person is having any kind of a question from your end, that would be a great. Does Salesforce page conduct? I think some Mm. Uh, SmartBridge can give this answer from their own side. I think they are conducting those kind of a Salesforce both roles and all. That would be a great. Uh, so this is how. Okay. So this is how, guys. So this is related to this that data cloud we do have. We do have these things that we need to keep it in mind. Okay, while if you're learning anything and all and all, that's how. Nadeem, this is all about from my side. So this is the only thing. That's what we need to keep in mind. Yeah. Okay. So how is Salesforce cloud different from other clouds or other service cloud? Okay. How is Salesforce cloud? So I think we don't have a, I think Sales Cloud we do have. We don't have a Salesforce cloud. I think the Cloud we do have, and we do have a Service Cloud is there. So see, Sales Cloud, we do have a Sales Cloud that define this, uh, that define the sales, whatever the sales which is done, this, whatever the customer is selling and all that is, that handle the sales cycle, right? And in Service Cloud, we are handling the service cycle. So this is how. So that's what. Uh, that's how. So this is all from my side. We don't have a demo sessions related to that one. So that's what. Yeah. Nadeem, I'm done from my side. If anything which we can do it. Hello.
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes, yes, you are audible.
So we do have more 40-45 minutes left over to it.
Okay.
So if
So so I think I would say that if any kind of a freshers they are having a more question, if you can then like, so they were just asking, does SmartBridge conduct any career for Salesforce roles, both freshers and experience? If yes, how can we apply? If you can answer all these questions, that would be a great. I think I'm not a right
Yes,
person to. Yeah.
yes, Yogesh. I think I would like to take up from this moment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, really, this was a great insightful for all the people who are into the Salesforce, who wants to begin their career on the Salesforce and who are already been experienced on the Salesforce, working within a different clouds, sales, service, whichever the cloud they are going. As you all know, now Salesforce definitely required how admin skills are required for any product we have on the Salesforce and like any cloud. I mean, so similarly, we also need the knowledge on the data cloud for whatever the cloud you are going through. So that way we have thought and we have brought up the session for the data 360. Hope this session is clearly insightful for every participant who are there in this session. So with it note, I just want to thank Yogesh for an insightful and engaging session. I'm sure everyone found today's webinar valuable and gained a better understanding of Salesforce Customer 360 and Data Cloud. A heartfelt
Yeah.
thanks to all our participants for joining us today and for your active participation throughout the session. We truly appreciate your taking time to learn and grow with us. We hope today's session has added value to your Salesforce learning journey. Stay tuned for many more expect such kind of session, hands-on learning opportunities, and we also conduct some certification programs and virtual internship also will be offered from our side. And at the end, I just want to make you all to understand. So please don't forget to follow SmartBridge on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and other social media platforms. As I'm sharing all the QRs on the screen, you can just scan them and you can go through that. So now I want to bring up the questions for the career guidance and all these things. Yes, we always provide the uh, sessions and we also show the job opportunities from the smart beach all the time. Anything we want to make happen from our side, we always keep posting that on our channel. That's where we all request you to, if you are interested, such kind of participation in any of the session or any of the career kind of opportunity which are provided from the smart beach. If you want to be the part of that, so I think the only way you can keep following us on these channels and you can grab one from that. And a special thanks from my side, Yogesh, for you for accepting our request and making the session more insightful.
Thank you so much, Rajesh.
Yeah, we